So as this channel is called Wrestling with Finance, of course, some of you may know that I have other channels. One of them is a pro wrestling channel, so that was kind of the play on words a little bit. But every once in a while, there is something that happens in the wrestling world that I like to talk about here on the finance channel, and one of those is something that wrestling fans have been seeing for quite some time, and that is WWE's constant hawking of their credit card with Credit One Bank. And I'm going to talk about in this video about that credit card, whether or not it's a credit card you should think about getting, and kind of comparing it to other credit cards to see really where it stacks up and if it really is worth any of the benefits that come along with it. Of course, if you really want to get a good credit card, I have a link down in the description box below where you can get 60,000 free points for signing up to the Chase Preferred or Refer card, depending on which one you qualify for. And yeah, those points go a long way. I've covered this on multiple channels before, that's the way I've been able to go and take free vacations and free travel and free hotel. So definitely check that out if you get a chance and see whether or not that card would be good for you. Again, the offers expire, I think, by the end of the year, and then they'll have a new different points rate, and some of the points rates are probably going to be going down for some of these credit cards, so you probably want to take advantage of them while you still can. So again, check out that link in the description box below. Now, it's not to say that there aren't any benefits from having the WWE credit card. It's with Credit One Bank, which for me, when I first saw them advertising this, was a big red flag, because I still have Credit One Bank. It was one of the earliest credit cards that I got, and I kind of wish I hadn't. The reason I still have it is because of my credit score, because the longer you have lines of credit open, the better it is for your score. And since it is one of my oldest credit cards, I keep it open and just make sure that I keep the balance at zero, so I don't have to pay any interest on it, because the interest is pretty high on those cards. But that was the first red flag for me. But again, like I said, there are some benefits to it. One of the big major benefits that I saw that stood out for anybody who's probably a WWE fan is that you do get some access to meet and greets and stuff like that. Now, when I looked further into it, it seems some of those meet and greets aren't quite what you think they are. It's not like you're going to be one-on-one with a WWE superstar. You're kind of going to be in line, and sometimes they don't even have a superstar available for them. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it's basically like going to a convention, really. You could probably just go to a convention without getting a card and get the same experience. But that is one of the benefits that they do tout for the card. And really, outside of that, it's really like 1% cash back, which is cash back, but it's 1% cash back. They do list that there are other offers and other benefits available with the card. And of course, you have credit line increases, standard stuff for most credit cards. But the question is this card really, really worth it? And should you get it as a WWE fan? Well, let's compare it to something to like one of the Chase cards, because I'm always about the Chase cards, and most people are, because Chase has some of the best credit card deals out there. So if you look at the Chase card in comparison, the Chase card has a $200 bonus plus 5% grocery store offer up to $800 total cash back. You also get unlimited 1.5% cash back. So that's a little bit more than the WWE card, but when you really get into the nitty gritty, it's the low APR. The APR is between 17.99% and 26.74%, whereas the WWE card, the APR is just a variable 26.99%, 27%. You also have no annual fee on the Chase card, whereas with the WWE card, there's an average credit of $39, and there's a rebuilding credit, $70 first year, then $99 annually, billed at $8.25 a month. And this is what we talk about with Credit One Bank cards. There's a lot of fees involved with them, and they're cards that are targeted and directed towards people who are not that good at their finances, quite honestly, and that's what they're aiming at, which is kind of telling that the WWE audience is they're gearing this to the WWE audience. Now, traditionally, the wrestling fandom is not known to be the most financially viable audience out there, which is a problem that a lot of the wrestling companies have had with getting advertisers. Like, they usually get kind of not the top tier advertisers who are going to pay a lot of money for advertising, even though WWE does have that, but they're not getting, like big financial institutions are not going and spending tens of millions of dollars to advertise on WWE TV because it's not their audience. So what WWE gets is the Credit One Bank card, and yeah, like I said, there's a lot of fees in it. It's directed towards people who are lower income and are not good at their finances. So, I mean, take what you will from that, what they're telling you about what they think of WWE's audience. But I would say, just in comparisons, you can probably tell what my assessment is that the only reason for you to get a WWE credit card from Credit One Bank, which by the way is not the same as Capital One, the only reason to get it would be if you really, really, really want to get some of that superstar access stuff. If you want to go meet Sheamus or Sasha Banks, and you're probably not going to meet you're not going to meet like Roman Reigns or anybody like that, but you're probably going to meet some stars and get some stuff when they come to your town, if they come to your town. Now, if you're in a place where they never come to your town or you don't travel to go to any shows, then I don't know. The meet and greet aspect of this card, I don't know if it's really going to be beneficial to you. Clearly, just based on the metrics and the numbers, obviously you want to get something more like one of the Chase cards, Chase Unlimited, Flex, whatever it was. Again, you get more back from them. They don't have an annual fee. They do have a lower rate for the card. And on top of that, you do get all of that more cash back and a lot more features with your cash back on something like a Chase Freedom Flex card than you would with this WWE Credit One Bank card. But again, this is not financial advice. I am just telling you my opinions about this from looking at the data and from being somewhat of a credit card churner myself. But I want to know what some of you guys think out there. Were you interested, any of you who are wrestling fans? Because I know some of my audience crosses over from the wrestling audience. Did you guys have an interest in getting the WWE credit card? Have you gotten a WWE credit card? Let me know what your experience is with it. Let your voice be heard in the comment box below. And I think in general, what do you think about credit card companies kind of basically targeting people who they think are low income people and aren't good with their finances, targeting something like this with so many fees on top of it? It feels kind of dirty to me personally, but again, that's just an opinion. But I want to again know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment box below. Until next time, I will see you guys here as we continue to talk about the world of personal finance, and every once in a while how it relates to some of my interests like wrestling or movies or coding or whatever else, right here on Wrestling with Finance. Be safe out there.